Hi guys, welcome back to Newcastle Fans TV. I'm here with Kyle. This video is sponsored by OneFootball. OneFootball is the app that'll have all the stats for this weekend's Premier League games.
And transfer news as well.
Transfer news, we had some, didn't we?
We actually had some. So it's been of use for transfers, so get the OneFootball app.
Definitely, and they'll talk about the stats for all the Premier League games, including the first game of the weekend, Tottenham versus Newcastle. I was going to do a quick preview while we're actually at St James's Park. Kyle, it's been a fantastic week. Look at the Manchester City game. Newcastle go to this Tottenham game with a massive high.
Well, if you'd have said us at the start of the week we'd beat the champions and we'd break the record transfer for Almiron, I would have just laughed in your face, mate, because like the chances of us signing anyone at the start of the week was very small, and then the chances of we beating Man City, especially after 30 seconds, was minimal. So like, yeah, it's been a good couple of days for once. It's not been too negative. It's been all right. So yeah, I'm quite happy.
We're going into the Spurs game, and Spurs are in different form. We'll start with how they've been first. No Harry Kane, no Dele Alli. No. This is probably our best chance to beat Spurs at Spurs, because I think last time was under Steve McLaren.
It was 2-1. Yeah, it's a good time to play Tottenham, but at the end of the day, we're away from against these big teams hasn't been very good, so it is one thing to look at. Well, performances against the big teams away from home have been good, but we've still been getting beat. Got beat at Chelsea, City, United and Liverpool, so... Apart from
the Liverpool game, we've always been in the game though. Yeah,
we'll have. Liverpool tore to shreds in the second half, but like... yeah, I think it is the best time to play Tottenham. Son, is he going to be playing? Yeah,
he played on a Wednesday against Watford and he scored. I think he is their danger man, isn't he? When you take away the likes of Kane and Ali.
Yeah, Lucas Moura as well, fantastic player. If he plays at the weekend, we're going to have to watch out for him because he's proper rapid and he can cause our defence a lot of problems, I think.
In terms of Newcastle, I can't imagine Rafa will make any changes to the team at all. Obviously, Almiron, who's just signed, hasn't got a work permit, so he can't play. Looks like he's going to probably play against Wolves. Barreca, I don't think Rafa will throw him straight in when he's probably only had one training session.
Nah, you stick with the same team. You know what Rafa's like. He like casually brings the players in instead of like just chucking them in at the deep end. I'd be shocked if Almiron started at Wolves as well, because he doesn't like push them straight in. So yeah, I think it'll be the same 11 that beat City. You look at that.
Probably midfield again, the likes of Longstaff and Hayden. You know, Hayden's obviously staying at the club until at least the end of the season. No, I think he's had a couple of good games in the last couple of games. I think you've got to look at the Man City game. Him and Longstaff were immense in the midfield.
I argued this with Mark on the stream yesterday. Like, Hayden keeps coming out in public and saying I want to leave. I perfectly understand why he wants to leave. It's family reasons. I'm like, most of our family men ourselves will put family first. But at the end of the day, don't you be unprofessional and keep coming out and saying I want to leave, I want to leave. We know you want to leave. Just get on with your job, mate. That's all I'm saying. If I kept saying on social media I want to leave my job or whatever, I'd get sacked eventually. You know what I mean? So, you know, just do your job.
Yeah, I understand that, but I think you look what even Pep Guardiola said. They couldn't handle our defensive midfielders. Has that got to be the case again and against another big club? You know, they have got a lot of attacking threats and they're going to have a lot of the ball. Have them two got to be so solid in the middle?
Yeah, I agree. I think if Hayden does play, I think it's the same kind of strategy that we'll be looking to do that we did against City. Like, try and get the ball in midfield and try and hit them on the counter, definitely. Longstaff, I think if he plays like that again, Tottenham won't be able to handle something like that in the midfield, even with the likes of Eriksen and people like that, because he played fantastic on Tuesday, didn't he?
Yeah. Solomon Rondon, let's talk about him. He seems to be the man in form for Newcastle. If he gets injured, we're knackered a little bit, but he seems to be on such a high wave at the minute. Like, it just seems that if we can get him the service, he does the rest, and he's going to cause Tottenham's defence a lot of troubles on Saturday. He
hasn't missed many, has he? Like, he's so clinical in front of goal, and this time last season we're saying we need a striker, we need someone that can finish. He can finish. Like, I know he's only at the minute fit centre forward because I think Joslew's injured, but he's banging in the goals, and as long as he keeps banging in the goals, I think we'll be okay. And I think with the help of Almiron as well, I think he'd be flying, mate. Honestly.
We'll touch about another Tottenham player, former Newcastle player, Moussa Sissoko. Moved a couple of years ago for £30 million. It's only really probably this season where Spurs fans are kind of seeing bits and bobs of what we saw of bits and bobs kind of thing. And do you think that maybe that defensive type of player suits Sissoko better than maybe a right winger?
Maybe because we brought him in as a box-to-box midfielder, didn't we? And then I think it was McLaren or Pardew that chucked him out on the right. Pardew chucked him out on the right, and I think it was a big mistake. But yeah, he's starting to really take that role in, and with Tottenham selling Dembele, I think it's a clear sign that they're going to stick with Sissoko for the future. So, I mean, at least they're starting to see the 30 million that they spent, because we've been laughing at them for several years about that, because it's the biggest robbery since Andy Carroll, let's be honest. But yeah, see what he can do on Saturday. I hope he doesn't do too much, because every time he plays Newcastle, he doesn't do too much, does he?
And finally, Kyle, a prediction. We're going to Spurs, bit of confidence. Can you see our form continuing, that we're maybe get 3 wins out of 3, or at least try and get a point? If you were offered us a point now, I'd take it, because I think with a win against City, it puts us 5 points away from the bottom 3. So I think a point would be decent, even if the other teams at the bottom won. Even us getting a point at Tottenham with what we've got coming up after that, Wolves and teams like in Huddersfield and teams like that, things will be looking up. And obviously with Almiron coming in and Barreca coming in as well, there'll be a positive vibe around the team, and especially if we don't get beat off Tottenham, I think it'll be a really good result if we don't, because it's Wembley and things like that. What's the score going to be?
I'm not one for predictions, as you know, but I'd take a point. I'd be buzzing with a point. You?
1-1. I'm going 1-1. I think Newcastle can go there and just relax. I think they can frustrate Tottenham. Tottenham have got to come to us, so they win, they go second for a couple of hours at least before Manchester City play on Sunday against Arsenal. So I think Newcastle can get a point, and a point would be a fantastic result for us.
Tottenham played Burnley, I think it was a couple of months ago, and they struggled to break them down. It took a last-minute winner from them to win the game. They struggle to break teams down, so I think if we can put men behind the ball and really hit them on the counter attack, because I think we've got a bit more quality going forward than Burnley do, I think we'll be all right. Yeah.
Get your comments below. Kyle thinks that we'll be okay. We might get something. I think we'll get a point if we play like we can against Manchester City. Do you agree with what we've said in this preview? And do you think that Barreca will start to make his first debut? His first debut, his only debut for Newcastle, hopefully. Get your comments in below, like and subscribe to Newcastle Fans TV, and we'll see you at Tottenham tomorrow.